American Enterprise Institute scholar and Fox News contributor. Marc, good evening to you. I know this is, an issue, this whole concept of editing genes and then creating babies from them. Your reaction to this, and also I know that you point out that part of this process has been done in the United States.
It has been. So, I mean, what the scientific community is up in arms about is not that he took, that he created children in a petri dish and changed their genetic structure, because that's been done in the United States. In 2017, it was done in a university in Oregon. The difference is what they're upset with him about is that he actually implanted them in a woman and brought them to term, whereas the American scientists just killed their children that they had created. So this is happening all the time. This research is just the difference is that he had the audacity to actually bring these children into the world. And it's very important to distinguish between what genetic engineering and gene therapy. So gene therapy is a very promising kind of medicine where if you have a genetic disease or if you have cancer or some other things, they can actually go in and repair your DNA in order to fight that disease. And when they do that, the genetic changes stay inside of you. What we're talking about with genetic engineering is they go and they create a child in a petri dish and change its genetic code in a way, it's intended to stop disease, but in a way that those genetic changes are passed on through generations. Every cell in that child's body is changed. And so what we're doing literally is we're opening a Pandora's box. We're playing with the genetic code of humanity. And we really ought to be very careful if we're going to be playing God that way.
And the question is who stops it, who controls it, who oversees it, who says this is great for curing cancer, but we're not going to create babies that will never, have that gene. How do you do it?
Well, I mean, again, gene therapy is an area that we should be putting a lot of research money into because it's a very promising way. I'm not sure that we should be doing this at all, because for one thing, we don't know scientifically. There's consequences. We don't know what kind of changes into the human genome that we could unleash that would go through generations and be uncontrollable as children have children have children. You can change the human genetic code of humanity. But socially, it's also very concerning because if you can change genetic code to cure disease, you can also change genetic code to enhance human beings. So the same genetic change that could
more
address
muscular, or
so if you can
blue-eyed or whatever you want.
Exactly. So if you can change genes to fight muscular dystrophy, well, maybe those same technologies can be used to enhance muscle and speed and strength. If you can do genetic changes to cure dementia, you could also improve cognition. And that has remarkable social consequences because only the wealthy will be able to afford this. So if you're concerned about inequality, you're going to have a genetically enhanced elite that has access to this and a unenhanced poor. And then all sorts of changes will happen in society that are really, really
something that
troubling.
you have no idea what the ramifications are.
Exactly.
Of these so-called perfect people.
Yep.
Which would likely not be. Marc, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Good
Martha.
to see you as always. So a live look this evening.